Tomorrow, hundreds will be traveling to Dallas for a worldwide Trichotillomania conference, also known as TRIC. Now, it's the repetitive pulling of your own hair. Many experience this condition during late childhood and into adult life. And joining us today is Milcho, and she will be featured speaker at one-of-a-kind conference. She's considered to be a trichomaniac. No, I said it wrong.
Trichotillomania
specialist, and we are going to talk about this. She's pulled her hair for 27 years, and she's joining us now. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Tell me how to say it again.
Trichotillomania.
Okay.
Trichotillomania. I know it's a really big word that people can't seem to, but once you get it,
But you are out there and you are letting people know what it is. So tell us a little bit about what it is, the condition.
You know, trichotillomania, when I started when I was 9 years old.
Okay.
And it's pulling out your hair, pulling it, out of anxiety.
Piece by piece? Or?
One by one, picking
Really?
and choosing and pulling and eating the roots in some cases. So I started very young, and my grandmother pulled her hair as well. So in my case, it comes from that end. That's how I release anxiety, is by pulling out my hair. Or when I had hair.
Right, and so then it just got worse over the years?
It does. It gets, obviously, the condition comes and goes, or sometimes it stays for a longer period of time and then it goes away. But the urge is there. The need to get rid of that anxiety is by pulling the hair.
So what finally made you decide to just shave it off?
It just it takes a lot of time. When you pull your hair, it takes a lot of time over your day. It takes you longer to get places to leave your house because you sit there and you pick. And for me, it was just I had pulled out so much of it, and the damage was so big, and I just couldn't hide it anymore. And I was like, I'm done. I got other things to do. Goodbye. So I had it. And
does it hurt, or does it make you feel better when you were pulling your hair?
It made me feel great. I used to, that's the thing. It's great and terrible at the same time because it releases all that anxiety that you have inside. But then when you see the damage, you're like, oh no, what did I do? So it's love and hate. But at the end, it's like you're hurting yourself. So it's not a very good idea to do.
So you decided to shave it off. What about other people that suffer from this condition? Do most end up doing what you've done?
A lot don't. It's funny because I'm so open about my condition that people know about me in different places, and they'll write me, and I'm always willing to talk to anybody who's got trichotillomania. And some of them have shaved their head because of me, but they find that because of their environment or where they live or what have you, it becomes a little bit less accepted socially. So if some people don't want to do it, or not, some people do. Some people say they do it, but they don't. So it's a personal choice.
If they don't want to shave their head, then what are some of the things they can do to remedy it?
For me personally, there's always medication for anxiety or things like that. For me, it was I just rode the wave, and my replacement in this case of not having any hair and dealing with anxiety is exercising. You find different ways to release all that energy.
Well, you certainly look fabulous. And how did you become this spokesperson then?
I've always been pretty open about it because it was so obvious what I was doing that for me, it was like either I stay home and I pull or I take it with me. And I don't live with Trick. Trick lives with me, and I got things to do. So I would just take it. And it felt like people had more of a problem with it than I did.
Right.
Because it made them like, hey, what are you doing? And for me, it's like, I'm pulling out my hair. What do you do? Because I'm sure you do something.
Your honesty and your openness is so refreshing. Thank you for being here. And
Thank
of course, this is a big weekend because she's going to be at a conference this weekend in Dallas to talk all about it. So it is important to create awareness about this behavior. And for more information, you can log on to their website. And can you tell us what the website is?
It's bfrb.org.
Thank you so much for being here with us. That's right. She can say pants and I can say trichotillomania. That's right. Tomorrow, hundreds will be traveling to Dallas for a worldwide conference. It's also known as TRIC, and it's the repetitive pulling of your own hair. Many experience this condition during late childhood and into adult life. Joining us today is Milcho, and she will be one of the featured speakers this weekend. How are you?
I'm doing great. You said it right.
I did?
You did. Trichotillomania.
It just rolls off my tongue.
You did it great.
So tell us a little bit about your condition.
Well, trichotillomania is the necessity of pulling your hair out in moments of high anxiety. So that's how I, describe it. You pick and choose. You choose through texture. Different textures bring out different roots, which is really what you're looking for. It's like this whole system that happens behind it.
It consumes you.
It does. It's very time consuming. And in my case, I pulled it for 27 years. So during those 27 years, I think the most that I went without pulling, maybe 10 months.
Is it a hereditary condition or?
You know, in my case, my grandmother pulled her hair, and she pulled it till she passed at 84 years old. So, and I started at 9.
Okay.
And I really didn't see the connection. I was raised in El Salvador, so it's a lot of taboo, you know, and nobody really knew what that was. So it was treated more like a bad habit.
Let's not talk about it. And that's why you're here today, because you have been such a vocal person speaking out about this.
Yes.
What's the message you like to get across to people? I mean, you shaved your head.
Yes. Well, for me, it's just, I believe that I know that if we all do something when we're anxious or sad or what have you, and it's not as weird. I mean, it sounds really weird, you know, that people pull their hair out, but we all do different things to hide your anxiety or just release your anxiety. For me, it's more important for people to know about the condition, so that the ones who have the condition feel less criticized or less
well, there's
weird.
something they can turn to.
Sure,
Tell us about the
exactly.
conference this weekend. What is the main goal of this conference, and what will you be speaking about?
I will. This is the World Conference. We have about 500 people show up from different parts of the world, so it's really exciting. All ages, little girls, little boys, adults. And in my case, I'm going to be speaking about the impact of bald women in society and how important hair is on anybody. So it is a big deal. Hair's a big deal.
I know, it's also a pain. And you have a great head. We talked about that. You're a nice shaved head.
I got lucky. You know.
So you just shaved it to alleviate the problem.
I did. I shaved it to alleviate and to just get rid of whatever was left in my hair, because I had just this part of my hair left. And you know, at the beginning, I was able to put little ponytails and this and the other, but then the ponytail that was here was now here because.
But did you spend so much time pulling it and then trying to fix it?
You kind of learn how to make it work with your style as you go, as it gets worse and worse and worse. So I never really wore a wig unless I was playing around. But for me, it was wearing turbans and fun things on my head. But on a really hot day,
right,
and wearing double turbans because one doesn't stay on.
And
it
now
just turns into like
you are here helping and educating. So we want to thank you for being here with us today. And of course, good luck this weekend in Dallas. And for more information about TRIC or other body-focused repetitive behaviors, you can visit their website, www.bfrb.org. Now, coming up, Ivanka Trump steps on her Apple box to defend her dad. Find out what she